So we go to GUI, then to main. There is run file. So the program would take some time to load, even after appearing that it loaded. It looking like it did, but it didn't. So we have to wait for it a bit. Here we go. Now, as you can see, those are list of the objectives, but in reality they should have been named natures. You should put your normal size, your current size. So here we go, age, height and mass. How many hours of sport? So those are running or walking fast. And you can add the objective again. So vitamin D is usually at 600. But I usually put it to 0, so as you can see that's editable. So there is not only vitamins, also minerals and amino acids. And there's limits, so for glutamate acid you can actually lower the limit. It may solve or not, depending on the selected list of food. So for the ones having allergies against gluten. We could sort organs over energy, which means mass. And you could see that it is from eyes to muscles. You could add some priorities, I'm showing here. It would serve the first one first and then the one added after it. Doesn't change the limits, but the specified limits for vitamins, minerals, but would change the prices of food that are to materialize later on with production. We could sort these by life expectancy. So a cell within skin would live much less than a cell within brain. The one of skin maybe 4 days or a week. The one within brain is from birth to death. So serving small first, or the one that would live less first, and big last would be what they call principalist. So it would serve the population while serving you. Doing the reverse is case by case, and the difference is that for the first one it would make you invisible, and for the second one it would make you a celebrity. But being a celebrity doesn't mean that you're capable. What is important is that you are capable, and it is often through the marketing of your products and not of yourself. So we put back a nervous system and we apply the selected priorities. So here it's going to generate, as I said, prices for every size that was put in the list. Of course, at the end of the list there is the number from every of them. As I said, the limits are unchanged. So that's the selected list of food, and that is the available list of food. So this is where we are having the number of every sample. So how many are from this sample, for example. You can see this sample is some male of 35 years old, and it is some 1,400,000 or so. So this is from the population pyramid. And you can have all their numbers, and here it's so those are removable. Okay. Here we are having, so whether we're considering the prices, whether we're considering the priorities. If we're considering the prices, we could enter the prices here. So maybe it's 0.5. And here we could have the prices from the market, and it's gonna minimize the price from the real prices of the market. If we don't do that, always watch if you have some errors here. If we don't do that, we can come here and as I said, apply the priority to selected priorities. This has to be done every time the program's open. So those aren't errors. Errors would show in red within the feed of messages here, and often would shut down the program. So here we go, the prices are ready, and here it went for consider priorities, and it's not those prices that are going to be taken into consideration. They are the prices that are generated by this for every one of these. Now we go generate the menu. It's going to solve for every one of them. Here we go, so we have it's solved from 0 to 28 and not solved none of them. So here, so this is 0 and this is 28. Now we have show details. On show details here we can look at all of them, from the one used least to the one used most. Okay, so this is 1 day. For 1 day, this goes for 1,161,476 kilograms. And if we detail every one of them, so for example, if we go for this male, which is I think of 2 years old or so, so it is 0 on most of them, and we can have the details for one of them and not for all of them. So before multiplication by their number, I can see that maybe 13 grams of olive oil, 5 grams of cream of tartar, 12 grams of rice, and so on. Another check on this, there is those. So here the plate weighs 0.6 kilograms, energy is between you know, it's supposed to be between 1071 kilocalorie and 1082, and it's on 1082, so it's put to the maximum carbohydrate. And this is the tendency of what is available there. So you can see that for water it's going to pick up the minimum here, and water, if you get below 400, then the person is going to overstate. Now this one doesn't, but if we go for more standard person here, if we go for below 700 here, it's going to overspeak. And if we go for above 700, the person would depress, eventually would go to sleep. The less we 700 is what is supposed to be taken from the other species. So if we have more than 700 above, then so I would show you this. Within the list here there was no water and nothing that would contain water. So all the water we've been obtaining here was from food, from the food directly, and that's why it's always around the minimum. If there was water, eventually it's going to be more. So here it's 700 from the other species, and 3.7 liters, and 3 liters, or less here than 3 liters, and the rest that should be drinking. Now we go here, and we would find these limits here. So if we want, we can actually remove the 3 liters and leave this like it is here. So it's going to force it to be between 700 and 737. Other than that, there is the recipes. So we could add several foods here, and within 100 grams, how many of each. So we can have maybe 33 here, I don't know, some 7 here, some 40 here, and some 20 here. And eventually we could name this. Errors are always possible. I mean, some bugs may occur, but it is as I did it. I had an as rigid result as possible. And then we could write the name of the recipe, so it's recipe 1, and then we could propose it, and it would be added here. Once it's added here, we could edit. So for example, B6 wasn't exactly that, and maybe was 0.15, so we can actually make it 0.15 here. It isn't really editable because those are originally in the database. They are in a separate file like this one, like this recipe, and you could actually remove the recipe here. So for translation, it doesn't really work well. It translates most of them, so to French and English, but some of them do not translate. Okay, some more work on details and on quality should be done. Donc, pour savoir quel système d'exploitation vous avez, quel type, vous allez dans Propriétés de l'ordinateur et vous allez voir ici 64 chiffres à base de 2. Voilà. To see what kind of computers you're having, you go to My Computer, you press Property, and you're gonna find whether that is 32 bits or 64 bits for the ones having Windows. باش تعرفوا l'ordinateur متاعكم 34 ولا 64 بيت، تنزل على Propriété متاع ordinateur، تطلع لك الفناتر هذه، تشوف اللي هي 64 بالنسبة للordinateur هذا. Within the package Scythe, there is a folder called lib, and within lib there is Windows 64, 32, and Mac, and eventually even Unix OSs. So we go for Windows 64, and we would see the two DLLs, so we would put them in C.Windows. So you copy these and you put them here. And this is the procedure described in LPsolve. It's an open source library available on SourceForge, as I said, or maybe just said. So, alors, dans le package Scythe, il y a un dossier qui s'appelle lib. Dans lib, il y a Windows 64, Windows 64, Windows 32, il y a Unix et il y a aussi Mac. Donc pour cet ordinateur, c'est Windows 64. Et puis il y en a ces deux-là. Ces deux-là, on les met dans ces Windows. Donc ces Windows et ils sont là. Voilà. On les copie là. Donc ça s'appelle LPsolve et c'est disponible sur SourceForge. Et puis c'est un open source. Et ça, c'est librairie à lui. Voilà. Donc, il faut les mettre là pour que ça soit fonctionnel plus tard. بالنسبة للدوسي Scythe تشوف وسط lib هذه librairie تلقى في وسطها أنواع الكل مثلا ماك يونيكس ويندوز 32 ويندوز 64 بالنسبة للأورديناتور هذا 64 هز LPsolve هذايا تحط في C.Windows C.Windows voilà تعمل كوبي تحطهم هنا voilà هذا open source نسبه من SourceForge ولكن موجود مع Scythe voilà كما قلت لك في الدوسي lib كما قلت لكم. So you can look at a search motor how to install LPsolve. So you click at this link, for example, SourceForge. You can actually install NetBeans, how to download it. So it is available at this link, and eventually you can look at Java GDK. This is and you can download it here. So if you click here, you can find this interface. You select Windows 64 for this computer. If you click on NetBeans here, you can find this one. So you actually would maybe want to install this one, download this one and install it, or this one and install it. If you have trouble, just search on the search engine how to actually do it. Donc, vous pouvez chercher sur les moteurs de recherche comment installer LPsolve, donc il y a ce lien là, comment installer NetBeans. Alors, vous cliquez NetBeans Download et vous allez avoir ce lien là. Sinon, comment installer Java JDK, cliquez sur ce lien et vous allez avoir cette page là. Donc sur cette page, pour cet ordinateur sur Java 64, puis on sélectionne celui-là, on clique sur accepter la licence et on le télécharge en cliquant ici, puis on l'installe plus tard. Donc Java pour NetBeans c'est le même truc, on installe, on télécharge celui-là ou celui-là, et en fait après avoir cliqué sur ce lien. Pour LPsolve, c'est le même truc, on peut télécharger ici, mais c'est déjà disponible dans le paquet comme j'ai déjà démontré. Bon, بالنسبة كل ما هو installation تتلوج على جوجل دونك ولا على أي موتور de recherche تحط LPsolve تلقى اللين اللي حاشتك بيه هوني، تحط NetBeans داونلود وتيليشارجمون، تلقى التيليشارجمون تاعو هوني، كل شيء يمشي بالانجليزي راهو. دونك تحط جافا جي دي كي هذه ديفلوبمنت كيت معناها بور ديفلوبمون. دونك تلقى اللين نتاعو هوني. دونك انت تكليكي على جافا اس اي ديفلوبمنت كيت تجي هوني تلقى بالنسبه للاورديناتور هذا قلنا ويندوز 64. دونك تنزل على اللين هذا تنزل اكسبتي ليسونس وتيليشارجي به. بالنسبه نتبينز نفس الشيء، لازم معناها حاجنا بجافا لنا، دونك لازم بجافا لنا، دونك تيليشارجي هوني والا هوني يفتحوا لي زوبسيون كله لي زوج نتاع جافا. فوالا. بالنسبه ال بي سولف ديجا موجود مع حط ديجا موجود مع الفيشي نتاع انا كومبريمي في الدوسي ليب. فوالا ديجا ديسپونيبل وحتى الانستالاسيون نتاعو ديتاي. الاخرين الانستالاسيون تاعهم متقلقش جافا اس اي ولا نت بينز اسهل جوست تكليكي انستالي وكا انستالي وهذا بعد هذا. So after downloading Scythe, so that version for example is this one, you go here and you go extract for extracting files, and then you eventually rename this maybe to Scythe or to anything you like, and you can actually click on new folder and hit OK here, and it eventually is gonna unpack the archive here. Donc, après téléchargement de Scythe, la dernière version, vous cliquez sur Extract Files here, ici, et puis vous peut-être voulez renommer ça à Scythe, et puis vous cliquez OK, et ça va décomprimer là où vous l'avez mis. Voilà. Donc كان ما عندكش WinRAR ولا زيب ولا حاجه كيما WinZip ولا حاجه كيما هكا تيليشارجيهم، بعد تجي هوني في الفيشي اللي تيليشارجيتو تحط extract files. تحط extract files تسعود تسمي الفيشي هذايا تسميوه اللي تحط Scythe اللي هو تنزل لنا اوكي. دونك سافا ديكومبريمي معناها باش يردوا فيشي معناها دوسي نورمال. فوالا. So here we go, we find NetBeans, we open NetBeans after succeeding installing it. Donc voilà, on ouvre NetBeans après l'installation, on حلو NetBeans بعد ما عملنا l'installation. We hit files, ننزلوا على file, on ouvre files et puis on open project, then we open project, نحلو البروجي. We hit the last file we decompressed. نحلو الفيشي الاخراني اللي عمل décompression. On ouvre le dernier dossier qu'on a décomprimé. And we find library here. So if this isn't here, ونحلو librairie هنا. Et on ouvre la dernière librairie ici. Si celle-là n'est pas là, لكن هذه ماهيش هوني. We go on add jar folder. نمشيو add jar folder. On va add jar folder. Et puis dans le dossier qu'on a décomprimé, within the file that we did decompress, في وسط les dossiers اللي عملهم décompression, نحلو lib. We open lib. On ouvre lib. And then lp155g and it's a .jar. Donc بعتلي lp155g اللي هو .jar. Et après on ouvre lp155g qui est un .jar. And we're ready here. So this is from where to start. We hit here